But one thing I do like about online too is that you kind of get access to a woman that you probably would have never got access to in person. But then there's always a chance you're going to get a certain type of girl, but you might get one or few that lucky, just like a diamond in a rock. But you would never have access to them because they're just not in your social circle. They don't live in your city,
Exactly.
yeah, or they don't go out like that, yeah. So that's actually most of the women I dated long term have actually came from online, maybe a dating app or Instagram. I do know this is like I think it's another creator's method, but when you go overseas and running Instagram ads, man, that's the craziest thing.
I've heard of doing that. So I'll do posts and stories and do the hashtags. So I launched a TikTok the other day. I've done like 2 videos, have 200 followers off of 2 of them,
Mhm.
and just the hashtags alone, you're going to get in front of new audiences. And then the Instagram game, again, I go to some pretty cool places, hang out with some pretty cool people. So when the DJ shares a story with me and I reshare it, or I tag the actual event location, I'll
Mhm.
have girls actually pop in my DMs because I'm out with cool people. And that's again, it's not me trying to do the star effort game. I lived in California for years, so you'd always have those people like, oh my god, dude, oh, this is so and so. Like, I don't even know who that dude is. We're just having a good conversation, leave me alone. So that's kind of how I approach it. But I do notice when I'm out in my analog world and I share that digitally, then I think digital is a good medium of communication to where people can find you to where they
Exactly.
otherwise wouldn't. Because I'll go to these events and then I'll have girls drop my DMs and say, hey, did you have a good time? And da da da. But there's so many people there, I didn't see her the entire time. But I post a story, or someone else posts a story with me in it, and then she's, oh, this guy hangs out with this guy, and oh well, this guy's my coworker, and this is a friend of my brother, and we all went in this big group together, and this guy's cool with them. So yeah, I'll see what his deal is. So I think combining kind of helps.
Yeah, Instagram really definitely helpful. So any girl I meet, I'll make sure she gets my Instagram. Even in my profiles, I'll have my Instagram handle. But the thing I end up doing is like sometimes when you get a number, just tell her add me on Instagram. So I might post some stories. I'm out, maybe post some story about I'm
Mhm.
eating food, post some story about working out. They can see my body, and eventually, or post some controversial stuff like silly stuff like Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts better than Starbucks, or pineapples on pizza, right? But you end up having some girls who find you attractive sliding into your DM like, oh no, no, that's not how you do it, or they might give you a like or heart eyes or something like that. And eventually, I think that's like the best form of dating because like passive dating, so they naturally coming to you. But in order to do this, your Instagram has to be to a certain level. You have to
Mhm.
be somewhat good looking, but you should be working on yourself to get to that point and have an attractive lifestyle. But if you can get to that point where women are sliding your DMs, that's the best way. And then also, it's an easy way to reconnect with a woman that maybe you might have been texting and
I
you
was going to
just
bring that up.
yeah, and then you just fell off, and then she might just slide in your DMs one day on comment a story, oh nice dog, or you can comment on one of her stories and reconnect. That's happened so many times.
Yeah, a lot of times I was telling a buddy earlier that I need to probably go through and clean up my Instagram. I considered it good when I redid it years ago, but now I've gotten better since then, and I'm not reflecting that appropriately. So I do need to do a refresh on that again. And it's a constant reiteration. You're constantly updating it and upgrading it and archiving things and putting new stuff out there. And as men, we evolve too. I'm interested in different things now than I maybe was before, but I've noticed that, for example, anyone who follows me, the one down below is my branded Instagram, but I can drop my personal one there too.
Is that
On
the
my
one,
personal,
Jaron Scott? Is that the one? Is that the
yeah,
person?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
At Jaron Scott's my personal one. I'm still trying to figure out how to separate the brands. Sometimes it's like, oh, I just want to be Jaron Scott, but then
Wow.
I work in my professional life too, and then people type in Jaron Scott, and then you see videos how to cougars in Mexico City, and just like, oh yeah, no, I don't want my professional clients seeing that. So
Oh,
there
oh,
there's still a degree of some degree of separation there. But anyone who follows my personal one, if I post a sunset, like a panning shot, I'm a huge fan of sunset, so I'll post a sunset, put some little deep house song on there. That usually gets me 3, 4, 5 inbound messages in terms of, hey, what are you doing tonight? Oh, are you in the neighborhood? Oh, beautiful view. Hey, come up and see it with me. Posting food. Oh, that looks really good. Yeah, it's a healthy
yes.
recipe of an unhealthy dish. Oh my God, you have to show me how to do that. Yeah,
Yes.
cool. Come over. I'll do it. My roommate's an Asian guy, so the other day he asked me, hey, this girl, I invited her straight to the house, and she said that she wants to go get sushi instead. I was like, bro, tell her that you'll teach her how to make sushi. He's like, oh yeah, it's genius. So no matter what they say, you got to get them back. But like you said, it's a great way to reconnect. Because it's one thing to send her a text. That means you're in the moment, she's on your mind, you're dedicated, you find her contact, you punch it out. But if you just post a story and you're doing something cool, again, when you're out doing cool stuff, tag the locations. If I go to a concert, I went to the Formula, not one, but E races, the electric cars this last weekend. Hey, here I am at the racetrack. We're getting ready for the race to start. We're here on this cool bend. I think there's going to be an accident. Who do you pick to win? I'm Porsche. My friend here. Hey, hola. She's Ferrari. Cool. Hey, what do you say? And then people drop in the DMs. Oh, cool. I'm at the races too. Oh, are you going to the concert afterwards? Oh, hey, what do you got going on? So it's almost like when you're in high school and we had off campus lunches, but when I was in middle school, we had our entire grade would eat in the cafeteria, and you had the different tables. You had the cool kids and the popular kids and the goths and the nerds and the geeks and the musicians and so on. It's almost like a digital version of that, where you don't have to physically get up anymore with your tray and then, oh, am I going to try to sit at the popular kids table? Are they going to kick me out? Oh no, like that's definitely a negative remark on your social cred in that physical environment. I kind of view online the same way. Just, hey guys, we're here at this really cool event, just like going to house parties back in the day. You'd have to go around and meet and greet people, but now you just drop a story, drop a pin, and then girls will like your stuff. They'll pop in your DMs. I also make sure too, I'll go back before the story expires, see who's been liking my stories lately. Maybe it's a girl I tried to hit up a few months ago. Usually I'll go through and clean up my Instagram every now and then. I'll unfollow those girls. Hey, I tried twice to set a date. She flaked. One time, this happens every now and then. Oh, I ordered the Uber and then I never heard anything from her and I got charged a cancellation fee. Yeah, I'll just unfollow her, mentally forget about her. But she's been liking my last 8 stories. And then now she's dropping in my DMs. And then I'll change the sequence to more along the lines of, hey, if you're in the neighborhood, hit me up. And if I'm free, you can swing on by. But you just kind of change your approach based on that. But Instagram is a fantastic way to kind of keep, I think, those passive eyes on your potential options.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And even if you post like one thing, posting a dog, you just, well, I don't have a dog. Anytime I'm with a dog,
Yeah.
walking it, oh my God, DMs are crazy. Or even sometimes like you might just repost a funny meme or something like that, and they'll start liking it or laughing at it. Or even sometimes, I don't know, some guys might say not to do this, but I'll just like 1 or 2 or 3 of her photos and see if she liked me back. If she does, I'll just slide in DMs, and that's usually a warm opening. So it's different ways. I think if you don't have an Instagram in today's society, people are going to look at you weird. There's so much advantage to it. And for those guys who don't really have a solid Instagram, what I would recommend is like maybe if you can get to like around like more following than you have followers. So like maybe 700 followers and 500 following, but if you get to 1,000, that's probably better. And then also try and post like high value lifestyles in your highlights. Maybe post that you travel to different places, or you can post a workout one. You can post a eating one. Women don't really care too much about the workout one. Eating one, your restaurants, your rooftop views, your maybe a dog, maybe you traveling. Just post high stuff so you have memory. So when they look at your profile, they go through it, and at least make sure to have like 5 high value photos. You can have if you have a nice body, have a shirtless one, but maybe when you're like a beach or something like this, that's a little more natural. And then have a photo where like you look like maybe high status. You could be dressed up, buttoned up. You don't have to be in a full suit, but just look like a formal F boy. That's what I like to say. And then and then nowadays, like what Instagram, people are kind of doing like, you have your first photo and then you kind of like tell a story through your different photos. So like it might be one photo where like it's a nice photo of you, and then you put you're in Brazil, you put Christ Redeemer, and then you put a restaurant, and then you put just you joking around with some guys, maybe playing soccer. So it's like you're telling a story, and these are your highlight reels. So this is how you can get your Instagram pretty decent.
Yeah, it's a preview into your life. And I always say that in the digital world, as she's going through, even on the dating apps or she's going through the Instagrams, she's trying to imagine herself stepping into your lifestyle, because until you meet up in person, she's just pixels on a screen and you're just pixels on a screen. So you have to tell that story. You have to start to get that imagination going, thinking, okay, well, wow, this guy was just at a music festival in California. Now he went to the races in Mexico City, and then now he's in El Salvador. What's he doing there? He went to an international surf competition. Wait, now he's in Israel. He crossed into Palestine. This is before the war started. Who? I would say it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You want a girl to think, who the F is this guy? It could be, oh, who the F is this guy? Like she's intrigued, or on the opposite end of the equation, to where, who the F is this guy? If you evoke that emotion and you get that imagination spinning, that's kind of what you want to do. And Instagram, I think, is the most efficient and effective way to tell that story.